rocks up and says, I think this belongs to you. And he had part of the engine block in his hand. Thanks, Gav. I still have that piece of block. Okay, hi, my name's Patrick Langdon, or Pat Lango, and this is my HQ Prem. The HQ was my first car, got it pre-license, and yeah, originally got it, didn't really think about doing it up or anything, it was just a car to get from A to B, and then that changed awfully a lot over the first 12 months of having it. I brought it in 1985, it was a 6-cylinder, just a little HQ Prem, one owner. So saying, even test driving it, wouldn't even go past 100 Ks at the time. It had a flat spot from the oldies that owned it. And here's me thinking, well, who needs to go over 100 Ks? Silly me. And yeah, and the rest is history. Once I got my license, I drove it to school. And yeah, it was fine. And then I think it was a sports steering wheel and a set of scogs that didn't fit that put me on my journey. And yeah. I said from there, probably we put a 253 in it, which was a little gun of a Holden motor at the time. That didn't last very long, but then 3 small blocks after that, all 350s. Oh yes, we was driving it home after playing around and just was all warmed up and just thought, gave it a little bit of a boot down the road and all of a sudden it just goes bang. So jump out, smoke and crap coming out of the bonnet area. I had the bonnet, I was that angry, I was about to kick the headlight in, and my mate Gavin rocks up and says, I think this belongs to you. And he had part of the engine block in his hand. Thanks, Gav. I still have that piece of block. I dropped the rod. After all those builds, the car really sat for a good decade. Life took over, got stored at my mother's house and forgotten really. And then leading into my later years, coming, you know, in my mid 40s, thinking of turning 50, I thought, well, I've got to do something for myself. So it came out to get a small refresh, and then yeah, it snowballed from there. We'd done the whole car, the motor, the driveline, everything. And like I said, talked to my engine builder at the time. He said, let's do, well, we're going to go big block, let's go a big block. So that's why we went to the 632, and that was before you could get your crate motors coming in. about to build a 400 for it, and someone wanted to go big block, and so we went big block, and yeah, so the 632's in. It took a lot. It's not just throw it in. There was a lot of cutting, a lot of shifting, a lot of moving, just to get it sitting in there, sitting low enough. All the rest, you know, a lot. At first we're just building the big block for that. It was going to be a single carby. Then one day I've come to my engine builder, and he had another sheet metal manifold with a double carby set up, sitting on my block in the car. And the first look, it was like love at first sight. I went, well, you know, we're doing that now. And he goes, yeah. And so, yeah, we went from there. It's got a full 4-inch exhaust all the way through to tailpipes, hand-built extractors, sheet metal manifold, everything done by John, who built the car, built the motor and done all the fab work. And, I mean, even the 4-inch exhaust, it's tucked in that neat, it's cut in, no problems hitting anything on the ground. So yeah, no, it's, yeah, awesome job. And that's John Holzer, by the way, yeah. Built an awesome motor, done awesome fab work on the car. Couldn't go nothing. Yeah, it was just fantastic. And same with my panel beater, Frank Padwin. He done an awesome job painting it and looking after it, keeping the original specs for that, because you know, some parts got to be original on it, so at least the paint and roof can be. And yeah, so pretty much done the whole car. The cage, he built the cage, rear end, everything, yeah. Yeah, mini tub, full floater, anti-roll bar, yep, everything there. Coil-overs, yes. 4-link setup. That was all custom built too. Like looking from inside the boot, it looks like a drop tank, but it's kind of not. We built it so I could use the original filler neck. So it has been recessed into the boot, so there was a little bit of a underneath drop, but yeah, all tastefully done, and it definitely does look like a beautiful Torana with one of those huge tanks. Not picking on Torana people at all. It's all been re-trimmed, all factory look, and yeah, in just a off-white vinyl. Don't ask me what off-white, because I can't remember. But yeah, it's pretty close to the original oatmeal colour, whatever they were back in the day. Oh yeah, some funny memories, some good memories. You'd have to prompt my old head butt to think of them, but yeah, it's had 40 years. So yeah, well, it's still built like it's, I suppose, what's the term, street strip. It's still, or pro stock, whatever it's still a street car. It's close to legal officer, but it drives beautifully. The full power of the motor, it drives on the highway. It's smooth, it's responsive, and yeah, it goes good for a street car that doesn't get driven very often. Maybe I might race it one day, but I'm not in a rush. It's not interest. I've raced it before with the old motors back in the day, and it done all right for a 90s motor type of thing. But yeah, one day maybe, we'll see. I was going to say two of my mates. They love, yeah, because that's what I do.
It makes about 475 at the moment. Yeah, that was on a, you know, didn't want to go any more than that, which we're happy with that. Like 500 is good to have around the streets. All right guys, I'm Greg Reed and this is my 77 LX Torana Barbados green. Hope you guys enjoy it. Always been into my cars. I've had Fairlanes and Monaros and stuff like that. And I originally had a VPSS, a white one, and it's going to go single turbo LS engine with a Powerglide 9-inch and stuff like that. I changed my mind and I've always loved Toranas, and I had an opportunity to get a Torana. One of my mates, Steve from Boosted Fabrications, found a Torana for me, and it was a good price and it was a good start project car, so we went with that. So this thing now is a total rebuild. It's went back to bare metal. It is Barbados green. It's running a LS 6 litre, Holly carby, 2-speed Powerglide, 3.5 stall, 9-inch. Nearly all the work was done in-house at Boosted Fabrication. Steve knows his Toranas inside out. His work is impeccable, and I really can't thank the guy any more than I have for the car that he's built for me. And it's been an amazing journey, like from start to finish. It was a second-hand LS2, so we've done the heads, lifters and cam and all that sort of stuff. So just mainly the top end was rebuilt in-house at Boosted. It makes about 475 at the moment. Yeah, that was on a, you know, didn't want to go any more than that, which we're happy with that. Like 500 is good to have around the street. It's running a 9-inch. It was built at Boosted Fabrications, running a 35 spline, and that was built at Boosted. And the auto is a 2-speed Powerglide with a 3.5 stall. Just basically running just the standard suspension with the Wilwood brakes, and also the rear end as well. It's pretty stock. It's got the wiper motors hidden. Also the bonnet latches. You know, they've got no wire now, so you don't have to pull the latches. You know, he's come up with that ideas, and the interior is done by a Mobbing Reservoir. It's just a basic SLR interior. The golf ball black. The dash is basically standard Torana dash with a Holly monitor that monitors temperature, oil, air and all that sort of stuff. That was done sitting down near the console, which we hid it away. The auto is, like I said, it was a Powerglide running the shifter's a B&M shifter, ratchet shifter. Everything in the car is basically all brand new. Windows, rubbers, everything I can find. Most of the parts for the car were race-spec parts. Very hard to find the new old stock, or even all the old stock was not in the best condition, so it's best off to go to the new old stock, or you know, whatever you can find. I've got plans in the future. I'd probably like to run a set of tunnel rams, something a bit different. Not get rid of the reverse calc, keep it, but also maybe run a set of tunnel rams and maybe have them poking out the bonnet. I've always loved the supercharger, but you know, a bit hard to drive them around in Victoria, so that doesn't make sense. I'm running a fuel cell in the back, also the batteries in the back as well, and we've got the old fire extinguisher in case something happens. We know what happened to some of that's last year. So the wheels, they're a weld wheel. So they're running 15s on the back with a 255 tyre, and on the front we're running a 17-inch on the front. It's a 145 tyre on the front of the tyre as well. So yeah, like I said, Steve's work is amazing, and credit to him for the car, and I love it. I love getting it out. It's good to get out in the summer times and take it out for a cruise, and you know, summer nats, and we're going to go to Bright this year, which is good. So I'm looking forward to that.
I don't have any problems. I've been caught in peak hour traffic on a 35 degrees day, and it just sits there and doesn't overheat. How you going? My name's Alex, and this is my HR Premier. I had a 57 Chev that I was going to do up and come across. I ended up selling it, and a friend of mine told me about this car was advertised, so we shot down and had a look at it, and I bought the car as it was. It was just a 6-cylinder. The previous owner that I bought it off had the mini tubs done on it and put a different set of wheels on it, and he was originally going to put V8 and everything in it, but found another car that he wanted, so hence why he advertised that. So I went and had a look at it, and being a painter by trade, you know, I went over it, and it was a very clean car, so I ended up buying it. And yeah, I took it home and decided I wanted to put the V8 in it. Like, they're a tight fit. I was originally going to put an LS in it because I had an LS in the last 2 builds I'd done, and I thought, oh, I'll go small block. It's probably the worst thing I'd done. It's a really tight fit. The extractors, you know, like when John was doing extractors, it was very tight fit. And then I seen other cars on there where people had put LSs in, and I looked at the pipes and I thought, it's like putting a 308 in it. You know, the pipes are just a lot easier to make. I thought, shit, should have put an LS in it now, but it is what it is, you know. Yeah, so I got onto a guy that wrecked HRs, and he wanted to buy the whole running gear out of the car. So I made a deal with him, and he took everything out of the car. And then, yeah, I got John Lang at Pro 9 to build me a 9-inch for it. And once that was done and we put that in there, then we pulled everything out of it and dummy fit the engine in it, and then took it up to John Lang's, and he set it all up for the V8, done the steering column, done the extractors, and done a few other things on it for me. And then got it back home and pulled it all apart again and detailed everything up. I smoothed out all the engine bay on it because they normally got indentations in there from standard. And I saw a car back in the 80s, a guy at a show, hot rod show, and I seen that he'd smoothed it all out. And I thought to myself, geez, I might do that. And then when I was putting the motor and everything, I thought, nah, bugger that, there's too much mucking around. And the next day I come out and I started smoothing it out. I said, because I can't help myself. You know, I'm just a bit of a perfectionist at doing that sort of stuff. So yeah, I thought, no, I'm going to smooth it out. I thought I won't go overboard, and yeah, I sort of went overboard a bit, but yeah, so we got it all going, got it painted, and always wanted to put the billet wheels on it. So I found these wheels for a good price. I had them all polished up and stuff, put them on it. Yeah, I mean, all the interior in it, the car was bought the way it was. The paint was really nice, the interior is really nice. Had the seat turned into a bench bucket. Just put new carpet in it, made a custom console for it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Had the motor built by Commodores engines. So it makes 500 horsepower, 500 torque, which is what I wanted. I didn't want something too radical. Roy from Custom Exhaust done a really nice big bore exhaust system on it for me and hid it all up underneath, because I didn't want it too loud or anything like that. I just wanted a nice cruiser that I could just jump in and drive it anywhere. And it's a 383 turbo 350, kitted up auto, 325 diff with 31 spline axles and true track diff in it. It's got all full Willwood brakes all around. The front end was done by a guy named Sean McCarroll in Shepparton. Done a few custom mods to it and set it up for the V8 and put a Ford Cortina rack in it, and drives really nice. The steering on it's a little bit lighter than standard, but it just drives really nice. The car, I can drive it anywhere I want, never overheats. Put air conditioning on it. Everyone laughed at me and said, oh, what are you doing that for? But when summertime come, they were all, geez, I wish I put air conditioning on my car now. So. And then, a lot of people online, saying, oh, the turbo 350 will bolt straight up in there, you don't have to do, but you do have to do modifications, So I had to do a bit of modification underneath to get that on there, but just the tunnel, just the back of the tunnel, the transmission hits it. Same as on HGs and stuff like that, if you put a turbo 400 or something in, my last car I done, the panel van, had a turbo 700 in it, same as a 400, you might as well say, but same thing at the back it hits. So you sort of cut that out and you've got to plate that up. So yeah, that's probably about the only thing with the 350. I didn't have to modify the floor or anything like that on it, so kept the butchering to a minimum. Yeah, other than that, it was pretty much, I had to move my radiator forward because I didn't have enough room behind the grille to put the air conditioning condenser and the trans cooler and everything. There was just no room. So we kept looking at it, and because I put a serpentine kit on the front, I moved everything forward because I could afford to, because I couldn't get my thermo fans down there. So I had to put the thermo fans at the back, and everything's behind the grille now. So yeah, I had to do a bit of custom fabrication work there, but it paid off in the end. I can get in that car and drive it anywhere now. I don't have any problems. I've been caught in peak hour traffic on a 35 degrees day, and it just sits there and doesn't overheat. So it's a good all-rounder, Just look at it. At my age now, I don't really give a shit. Ever keep it as an original. A lot of people out there, oh, you should keep it original. I always said, well, go and buy one and keep it. It's my car, do it the way I want. No one's going to put it back to original anymore, so that's why I ended up selling the motor. And I got good money for the motor, so that helped me along with getting this motor built. I just build something the way I want it. I don't care what anyone says. I build what I want. People like it. Some people like the wheels, some people don't. But I get a lot of good feedback on the car with those wheels on it. I've tried probably 4 different sets of wheels. I've had centerlines, I've had all other wheels on it, and it all comes back to these wheels. I just like these wheels on the car, so that's probably about it for now. I will eventually do the boot in it. It's the only thing I haven't got around to doing because a lot of shit in the boot, but I thought I had a lot of problems with starter motors and just little gremlins in it for a while, but now they're all sorted and I'm sort of enjoying driving it for a bit now, and then I'll get around to just doing something in the boot just to clean it up. No, I haven't taken it to Bright. Haven't really been anywhere big like that with it at the moment. So it's like I said, we've only just sort of sorted it out and I've been enjoying it for the last probably 12 months now. Wasn't going to put it in a hot rod show or anything like that.